Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Andri Ramadan Arifin dari kelas 5D. Saya sekarang ingin mereview orang yang mereview VR. Jadi kita mereview orang yang mereview VR. Langsung saja ya, kita mulai. Saya sudah mendapatkan video orang yang mereview VR. Kita dengar.
I tried VR on my racing sim and it completely blew me away. So much so that I just spent half the time looking around the cabin in disbelief. Everything just looked so good. It also made me get rid of my triple ultra-wide monitor setup because once I had experienced that realism and depth perception in VR, there was no going back. But this rabbit hole goes even deeper.
Damn. VR, dia mengatakan tadi itu sebuah VR yang sangat realistis dan sangat deep, sangat berkesan bagi dia.
This is the latest VR headset from Pimax. It's called the Crystal Light. Basically, they reached out and said, "Hey, you want to take this thing for a spin?" I had one look at the specs and I said, "Yes, I need to test this thing out immediately." Most of my time spent on my new racing sim, though, has been actually with this thing here, the big screen Beyond. And for those who haven't seen my initial video with it, yeah, this is it. This is the entire VR headset right here. It still completely blows my mind. 127 grams, micro OLED displays, 2560 by 2560 resolution per.
Jadi beratnya itu tadi itu dia katakan 125 gram dan dia sudah menggunakan lensa atau kaca OLED, micro OLED tuh dengan ukuran diameternya dengan ukuran resolusinya 256 kali 256. Wah, itu sangat inovasi sekali. Wah, dia sudah melengkapi sebuah magnet.
First of all, the field of view on this headset is quite narrow at just 102 degrees. It's fine, I mean, you do get used to it, but it's just not really optimized for a simulator. And then secondly, I'm guessing because the headset is just so freakishly small, the lenses are also very, very small, which means that the optical sweet spot, the amount of vision which is in focus and extremely clear, is very small. It's basically just the center. And that is why I'm so interested in this. FOV 130, and the lenses are way, way bigger. Pimax outright stating the much larger optical sweet spot.
Jadi itu si perusahaannya itu siapa tadi namanya, saya lupa. Pimax Crystal Light nama perusahaannya itu. Jadi dia itu telah melengkapi dua lensa, yang pertama optikal yang kecil dan yang kedua itu untuk yang wide, lebar.
All of that while actually having a higher resolution and refresh rate than my big screen Beyond. The specs on this thing are absolutely huge. But also, so is the headset. I mean, dude, take a look at how massive this thing is. It just doesn't even seem real when you put it next to the big screen Beyond. It's just a mind-bending comparison. This thing is over 6 times the weight at over 800 grams. But also, for sim racing,
Wah, ini kata dia ini lebih berat, melebihi 800 gram, dan ini tentunya untuk balapan. Game dong.
Actually don't know how.
Karena pada dasarnya VR itu diciptakan dari game.
Much this even matters. I mean, I'd be way less forgiving here if I was playing VR games, standing up, moving around, and looking down and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm putting this thing on, I'm sitting down, and occasionally, looking around, and that's pretty much it. I'm not happy about the extra weight, and I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all.
Katanya yang ini sangat besar dan itu membuat dia tidak suka itu. Karena itu sangat berat katanya. Tapi itu tidak masalah baginya.
For sim racing, but if that extra bulk comes with extra performance, that is a compromise I'm willing to make. I was actually able to get the Pimax feeling pretty comfortable, but only because of this thicker face cushion, which is a small add-on. Without this, the Pimax was not a nice fit at all. But with it, yeah, it's actually pretty good. With this thicker face cushion as well, your eyes are offset a little bit further back away from the lenses, which for me made a world.
Katanya itu terlalu besar. Ini kita ini kita mereview barangnya ya. Kita mereview barangnya.
Difference to like how comfortable everything felt. I don't know, with the stock face cushion I felt like my eyes were like a little bit too close, and yet I've got it fully loaded with all the mods. I've spent like so much time tweaking it, making it look like super nice. We've got these like amazing golden rays piercing through the trees. I can almost feel the warmth. Then you've got this like steamy fog just breezing over the track. It just looks and feels so amazing in VR. Of course, on a good OLED monitor, this is going to look really impressive as well, but it just has more of that 2D kind of digital look to it. The larger sweet spot for the optics, which is one of the main things I was looking forward to here, having more of your vision in focus, that is a pretty obvious difference. I can glance pretty much anywhere around the cabin here, see all of that carbon fiber in detail, see all of that textured dash in detail, without even looking directly at it. I mean, these lenses are extremely good. Not as good as the Quest 3, those things are like made with magic or something, but these are honestly pretty damn close. And although this isn't an OLED display, I mean, like, just sitting here...
Katanya itu kacamata dengan objek yang dia lihat itu, katanya itu terlalu dekat, tapi itu bagus katanya. Dia menyukainya.
You can really feel that glow from the sun.
Itu seperti menambah kerealistisan sebuah VR itu.
That brightness, but then also we've got like that depth of the cabin. You can feel that this is, you know, not being hit with direct light. We don't have any ray tracing in this game, of course, so it's only going to look so good. But this is, I mean, really surprisingly close to the OLED on the big screen beyond. The other thing that I'm really enjoying about the Pimax is just the specs. This thing can do almost 6K resolution at 120 Hz, and it looks and feels as insane as that sounds. The specs are so insane that I'm not even...
Katanya itu si Pimax Crystal Lake itu bukan cuma menyediakan visual yang bagus, 6K 6K, tapi dia juga menyediakan audio yang sip luar biasa katanya.
120 Hz on my 4080 gaming rig. I think with Aesthetic Corsa loaded up as much as I have it, it's closer to like 100 to 110 FPS. As for that wider FOV though, which is the main upgrade, felt the same as thing. I'm guessing didn't really feel that different. The crystal lightness, which is pretty cool, except the tracking on the Pimax is not good at all. For some reason, it's very stuttery. It's almost like you're playing at half the frame rate. No idea why it's so bad, but yeah, I would avoid using it. Luckily, you can easily fix this by just getting a Lighthouse faceplate and then using that with a Steam VR base station, effectively making the same setup as the big screen beyond, and it feels just as perfectly fluid. The default speakers as well are not great. It's nice to have something built in, I guess, but for virtual reality where you really want immersion, they don't make any sense. The DMAS speakers though, which are these ones here, are absolute.
Nah, katanya itu walaupun visualnya bagus, audionya bagus, tapi bahannya itu dengan harga segitu katanya ya gimana, tapi itu tidak masalah katanya.
A massive upgrade. Feel free to use IEMs obviously if you have a really good pair, but it is nice not to worry about any extra wires or stuff to wear. Now in terms of image quality, there's actually a lot going on here, so let me just try and dissect it and break it down so it's a little bit easier to understand. In terms of resolution, basically the detail and crispiness of the image, the Pimax takes the cake here pretty easily. It has the highest resolution spec, although the big screen beyond is pretty close in its 75 Hz mode when it doesn't need to upscale. The Pimax, in terms of resolution, basically the detail and crispiness of the image.
Katanya ini dengan resolusi yang 6K itu mendapatkan detail dan crispy di sebuah
The Pimax takes the cake here pretty easily. It has the highest resolution spec, although the big screen beyond is pretty close in its 75 Hz mode when it doesn't need to upscale. The contrast and punchiness of the image is also pretty close between these two, at least for sim racing and the stuff that I tested, both of them being a huge step up over the Quest 3. The Quest 3 though does have the best optics though. I'd say the Pimaxes are pretty good as well and one of the main upgrades over the big screen, but still not as good as the Quest. So yeah, moving forward I think I'm going to stick with the Pimax Crystal for my racing sim. It is a noticeable spec bump over the big screen VR and the lenses are a little bit nicer as well. If I was doing any VR though, where I was like standing and moving around, I am not even going to try with this thing. With the whole strap, this thing actually weighs over a kilo, which is just absolutely nuts. It honestly feels like you're wearing a helmet. Personally, I didn't even find it, uncomfortable.
Dia mengkritik bahannya itu, dia mengkritik beratnya itu. Katanya dia seperti menggunakan helm dan itu sangat berat.
With this thicker face cushion and this clamp at the back here, you can wind it up pretty tightly and get it feeling, really solid. But if you're doing any movement or anything like that, it's just not going to be a nice experience, I don't think personally. If I already owned a big screen Beyond though, I would tell myself not to upgrade to the Crystal Light. There's a nice little spec bump here, but it's honestly not enough to justify spending another $1,000 or so, especially when there are nicer headsets just around the corner. For example, Pimax's own Crystal Super. It's over double the price of the Crystal Light, which I've been testing out today, but the specs for this thing don't even seem real. 3840 by 3840 resolution per eye, and you can choose between a QLED or a micro OLED screen, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, and you can actually swap them in and out of the headset. This looks like it'll come with an actually wide FOV2, which is what I'm mainly looking forward to. They're also working on a headset called the Reality 12K, which has 6K resolution per eye. No idea when this one is coming out, but it's probably going to require an RTX 6090 at minimum. Big screen are also cooking up some stuff in the background. I can't share anything yet, but yeah, safe to say VR is about to get seriously insane.
Begitulah review VR. Itu sangat di luar nalar katanya. Kita lihat komen. This dude is like a brush wine. Stop giving a but you think about it. Nah kan, if you think about it, a helmet usually weigh about 1,5 kilo. Aduh. Jadi itu lebih baik menggunakan helm yang bujur. Helm bujur, aduh. Oke. Begitulah kita mereview VR kali ini. Sepertinya teknologi zaman sekarang memang sangat berkembang pesat ya. Tapi kan ini VR ini memang dikhususkan untuk game, karena di mana lagi kalau bukan digunakan untuk game, apakah untuk kesehatan kan nggak mungkin. Nah oke. Itu singkat saja kita kasih paham. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. NPM saya 21 100 156.